Hey Cinderellas, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a product review. I just got the Jaclyn Hill Master Collection that she did with Morphe, and so I'm super excited. I wanted to just do like an unboxing of this brush set because I was long overdue for some new brushes. And I don't know about you guys, but being home in quarantine, I've been doing more and more shopping for makeup. So if you are a beauty lover like me, you probably have like scored some really great deals along the way, but finally got the Jaclyn Hill palette, this makeup palette from Morphe with her collaboration. And for those of you guys who don't know who Jaclyn Hill is, she is a YouTuber, an entrepreneur. She created like a cosmetic line. She's been collabing with Morphe for the past 5 years. And I totally respect, give her a ton of props. She's based out in Florida, but she's created an amazing brand personality, social presence for herself. She has really great products, great ideas. Her tutorials are awesome, so definitely check out Jaclyn Hill if you don't know her already. But I was just really excited to get this new brush collection, and I thought it would be a great time to even go over like how to use makeup brushes, or what makeup brushes are for what type of, application, because I think for anything, tools make a big difference. So having the right tools in your makeup kit is gonna give you a way better application than if you have the wrong tools. So this is what the box looks like. So you can see that it's really beautifully packaged. I was so excited to get it. Morphe had a big sale a while ago, and I've been meaning to do this unboxing for a while for these brushes, so we're gonna do it now. Okay, so gonna open this. I love this like box collection, the way it comes, like all packaged really pretty. So open it up, and here are all her brushes. And the essence of this master collection is basically for everything that you would need in like your brush kit. So everything that in your makeup kit for your, to do your makeup and create a professional application at home. So a lot of our viewers, if you were a former bride or a client of ours, and then you just turn to being a follower, you eventually fall in love with makeup. And what I've found is, as I've trained people on even how to do their own makeup, or I've taught makeup classes, is a lot of people don't have the proper tools. So we're gonna get started, and I'm just gonna go through. I think it looks like she has them kind of all separated. But let's start with this bigger package right here. I love that all of these brushes, they do come with like a number, but I'm gonna kind of go into each one and go over like what to use for what, for what each one is. But just in general, the collection includes a lot of different brushes, from powder, bronzing, eye brushes, creamy, like she used for cream products. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. Everything is nicely individually wrapped. So in addition to it coming in this bag, it's also wrapped individually in each of this, each of the plastics. So the first brush, I'm gonna go with the biggest brush here. This is the JH01 brush. This is, and it looks like it's a powder brush. Yep, I'm correct. So this is a powder brush. I love the feeling of this brush because it's really like big and fluffy. And what this is really nice for, in addition to even doing your face powder, this looks a little bit big for my face, but this is good for like buffing. You can do the body application with this as well. So this is a really nice powder brush. So next is the, this is the JH06 brush. Okay, let me just bring it a little closer and see it. And that is the My Everything brush. So this brush, you can see it's kind of like almost like an angle tip. So you probably can use it to do like a little bit of your highlighter. You can use this for underneath your eyes. You can basically use it for like anywhere. You can use it to blend. I'm a big believer in blending. And so absolutely, you can never have too many blending brushes. Okay, next one is the JH36 brush, and it's a little bit stiffer at the end. It also looks like a blending brush. Let's see what she calls it. Under eye buffer brush. So basically buffing underneath the eyes. I could just imagine doing like a really nice smoky, soft eyeshadow underneath the eyes and buffing all the eyeshadow. So that's what I would use this for, the JH36 brush. And you can see, actually, I'm just gonna hold it up. You can kind of see it there. Next brush we're gonna use is the JH08. And the JH08 brush, let's see what this one is called. And this is the Anything Creamy brush. So this looks like you can probably use this all over your face for any like cream product. I could just imagine using it for like my contour creams. I can use this for my highlighter, basically anything creamy. And it's kind of like a flat tip at the front. So, but it's a great looking brush, look at that. This is JH38. That's the perfect pencil brush. And this is called a pencil brush for a reason. It's a small, like they want you to think of it like a small, like a pencil, like even the eraser of a pencil. And it basically is really meant to blur lines. So you can use this to, again, use underneath your eyes. You can use it on the top of your eyeshadow to like blend it out and make it a little bit softer. So that's the JH38 brush. Next we have this is the JH31 brush. The JH31 is the fluffy blender brush. And again, I love that she has so many, and this just like speaks to, I think, her makeup application technique also, because everything is always really nicely buffed and blended. But there's the JH31 brush. So you can see that there. All right. Next one is the JH10. I like this. This is like really nice for sharp lines and contouring. I can just totally see us, and it's called Snatch Your Edges brush. You can do a really nice contour with the nose around here. You can even use this like, you know, if you want to like kind of carve out the eyebrow a little bit. You can use it to like create more fine lines around the jawline and just slim out the jawline. This is a really neat looking brush. There it is. Here's another one. This kind of looks like what we just saw before, JH37, and that is the Buffer Blender brush. Another one. I'm gonna just grab this one. So this looks like a baby version of this one. So this is the JH37, there's a blender, both are blender brushes, but they just look like baby versions. And so if you're looking for kind of a minimized kit, you may not need both, but I love that this whole collection was so affordable. I don't even remember now what I paid. I think it was definitely under $200. It's totally worth it just to get them all, because you can never have, again, too many blending brushes. This is the JH35, and this is the upper crease brush. So some of you guys in my trainings, you've probably seen me talk about like using a like in-between color in your brow bone and like using like a windshield wiper motion. This is kind of like what you can use that brush for. I mean, that technique, like buffing and blending all in the crease area of your eyes. And here's another one. This is like a softer one. So you can see even the difference between these blending brushes. This is a little bit longer. This one is the JH34. So 34 and 35, they're like sister brushes also. But you can see one is kind of straight and flat at the top. This one is a little bit more curved and rounded. So when you're using like something that's a little bit more curved and rounded, you can actually draw like a wing eye, a cat eye. You can pull out the eyeshadow a little bit more if you wanted to. So that's that one. That's the JH34 and 35 brushes. Here's another one. This is the JH05 brush. And the JH05 brush looks like a face brush. Oh, it is. Okay, it's the perfect contour brush. So you can see what that looks like there. It's the perfect contour brush. It's flat at the top. I love when I try a new brush and I like hold it to my face and I kind of can feel exactly where it's gonna go and how it's gonna work. So this is like a nice contour brush. You can use this for your powder contour. And yeah, powder contour brush. Everybody loves a good contour, so okay. Okay, here's the next bag of brushes. This is the JH03 brush, and this is your Ride or Die foundation brush. Now foundation brush, I love when a foundation brush is like dense. You can kind of see at the top, it's like very dense. It gives a really buffed type of smooth application when you have like a dense top, but it's soft enough that it's gonna let you really stipple and like put your product into your face really, really nicely. So a foundation brush is a must in your makeup kit. Here's another big brush, JH02, and this is your bronzer brush. So bronzer is meant to be applied very lightly and with a bigger brush, because you're just basically getting like the bigger areas of your face. So obviously bronzer, you're getting on the parts of your face where the sun naturally hits. So it could be the top of your forehead, it's gonna be maybe your cheekbones. Bronzer also is to like kind of almost add like a little bit of a contour. So it's gonna give you more of that sun-kissed glow, which especially during summer right now, all of us want that. And so you can put your bronzer down here, you can put it on your cheekbones, you can put it across your forehead, you can bronze on your shoulders, all over. But that's why it's nice to have like this big type of bronzer brush, okay? This looks like a contour brush, JH04. All right, and that one is, oh, this is a blush brush. Sometimes I use my blush and my contour brush interchangeably. So you can see how it's like kind of like an angle here. So I love to start my blush from the back of my cheeks, moving forward and pressing, because if you have too much product on your brush, you can start from the back and move forward so you're not depositing so much right on the front, on the apples of your cheeks. I also like this brush for like using as like a little bit of a contour because of the angled edge. So I would go like upward in an upward sweeping motion with it. And so that's why this is like a great brush. That's like a must-have brush in your makeup kit. This is, and I have one of the Morphe brushes that's just like this. I love this one for like powdering underneath the eyes. It's called an under eye powder brush. Look at that. JH07, it's the under eye powder brush. It's small enough that it could let you get really, really close and underneath your eyes, like all the way underneath there, and let you powder and like not mess anything up. So this is definitely a must. I'm actually at the end, I'm gonna pick out all the brushes that I think are like a non-negotiable that you need to have in your makeup kits for your personal selves. All right, J09, ooh, Glow Baby Glow. How did I know that? This is your highlighter brush. You can do a lot of highlighter with this type of brush because it's so small that you can kind of pick up a bunch of product and really start to like, in a round sweeping motion, you can like highlight your entire cheekbone, you can highlight your nose bridge, or, you know, do the other side, bring it up to here. So this is a nice highlighter brush, okay? You can see that. Next, here is our last, and these all look like eye brushes. A lot of people just focus on eyes, I get it. Having really good eye brushes is super important because that's where the detailed work on your face usually typically goes. So here's our eye brushes, and this is like another blending brush. I am a strong believer you can never have too many blending brushes. This is the JH32. This is the transition blender brush. So I'm assuming this is like transitioning in between colors. You can use it again in the crease of your eye. This is your crease. You can use this in the crease of your eye. You can also use this to blend in between colors. So if you have like multiple colors on the lids, you can like kind of softly blend that way as well. The next one is a flat, it looks like a flat eyeliner brush. This is something like everybody has to have in their kits as well. It's JH43 eyeliner smudge brush. So you can use this brush to smudge the liner on top of your eyes and also the liner on the, underneath your eyes. And it's kind of stiff at the edges just for that particular reason. It's a little bit short and you can see it's kind of like straight. Next, JH39. This is the inner corner highlighter brush. So, like if you've ever seen someone's makeup and then they have that pop of like bright color in the inner corner of their eye, you can use like a detailed brush like this for that. And this is like really, really great for that. And it's hard to get, like with any brushes I've showed you so far, you wouldn't be able to do that, but this one you absolutely can. Here's another one. I love tiny brushes. I don't know why, but like I love having smaller detailed brushes in my makeup kits. So excited to get to use these. JH40. This is the Precise Blender brush. Kind of small, kind of skinny. I would probably imagine me using it maybe like to create like a V on the outer corner of the eye, maybe to use it up here or underneath my brow bone area, even underneath the eyelid, under my lower eyelid. I would use it there as well. And that's the JH40. Here's another one. This looks very big and very fluffy. And some, as makeup artists, as beauty professionals, we're doing a lot of different faces, and sometimes we're doing faces that they don't have, like, they have bigger eye spaces or whatnot. And so this type of brush, I think this is another eye brush, JH30, and that's the Beast Mode Blender brush. Another blender brush. I don't know necessarily if you need so many, but this is another blender brush, and like I would just use it to blend here or to take a bunch of color and do like it all across my entire lid, because I do have a lot of lid space to work with. JH33. JH33 is the universal blender brush, yet another blender brush. So I don't know if we need so many. I'm gonna pick out my like top brushes in just a few minutes so you can see like what brushes you would need in your kit, in your personal kit, so you don't have to buy everything. I would like to see in this kit, this collection, a couple more flat eyeshadow brushes. This is the only flat eyeshadow brush, and for me, when I'm using product, this is an all over, it's called an all over lid brush. I find it to be like a little bit small. I mean, the size is okay, but like I feel like there should be more of them. And like this is the all over lid, but I like to place product and then blend it. I could just envision me just using it in the inner corners of my eye and then blending a little bit after that. But I would love to see more of these. Like you at least need like 2 of these brushes in your personal makeup kit. The last brush that we have, I think, this collection doesn't even have a lip brush. I don't think. This is a JH42 brow bone highlighter brush. Now, we saw a lot of other brushes that we could use for a brow bone highlight. You don't really need to have this one too. Although it's nice, you don't need to have this one. I would love for this collection to maybe have like another flat eyeshadow brush, another all over eyeshadow brush. I would love to see more of, you know, these types of brushes, like 2 more of each. I would love to see some like lip brushes in here. So, okay, I'm gonna pick out all the brushes that I think are the must keeps in this kit, and like the ones that you don't really need, you won't see me show them again. So I'll be right back. Okay, Cinderellas, I am back with my top brush picks from this master collection. As I was going through this, I was just starting to like think of the order of application when I do my own makeup, when I do my clients' makeup, and I realized that we're also missing like a little bit more creamy brushes, like maybe like a concealer brush would have been really, really great to add into this collection, Jaclyn. If you're gonna call it a master collection, we should definitely have something that we can use to apply like our color corrector and our concealer and like really blend it in well. So I'm just gonna go through what my top picks are. And the first one, obviously, if you're applying foundation first, it's gonna be your foundation brush. I love this brush. I think it's super important to have this in your kit. So that's number 1. Number 2 is going to be your powder brush. And there was a few different big brushes in here. I think this one is really nice because it is flat, so you can pick up product and place it like exactly where you want it. You can also use this to blend. It's soft enough that you can use it on all the angles of the face, so that was a really great win. The next one I really liked was this under eye powder brush. I think that everybody needs to have one of these under their personal and professional kit. I have like 2 of these in my professional kit, and I love these, and I have one in my personal kit as well. But I love this because creasing underneath the eyes happens all the time. And you need to really, in order to prevent creasing, you need to set the concealer and makeup underneath the eye, and that's really great to do that with this type of brush because it places exactly where you want it. The other one I loved was this angled blush brush. This angled blush brush was really nice because it kind of gives you and works with the contour of your cheeks. I think it can also double as your, you can use this one brush to do your contouring, like with the tip of the brush, and then, use it to buff with the actual front of it. But I also love it for blush as well. So that's definitely a winner. I selected this one, and this is the Perfect Contour Brush. I like it for buffing out any like harsh lines. I think this is nice because it is a little bit stiffer, and so because it is stiffer, you can like use it and blend out anything that maybe looks too harsh. So I think that's like definitely a must-have in your kit. I love this, Jaclyn, for your contouring and creating edges. I would have loved to see a concealer brush. This is really nice for placing your contour and blending it in, and really even placing your highlight and creating that like beautifully defined nose. I would love to have seen something else also, but that's really good for your personal and professional collections. I would love to have seen like that concealer brush because you also can double and use it for your, underneath your eyes, but you can also use it, you can use a sponge, you can also use it for your eye primer. So I would have loved to see something like that. If you're not using a sponge, if you don't have like a concealer brush, get a sponge for your kit. You can use it underneath the eyes and on top of your eyelids for your concealer and eye primer. Definitely, I kept both of the eyeshadow blending brushes. I really love that both of these have, one is more of a targeted pointy blending, which would help me to create more lines and cat eye. This one is more like an all over blendy brush, and I really like that as well. So I kept those two. I also kept the flat eyeshadow brush. For even if you're just, if it's for your personal kit, one of each is fine. If it's for your professional kit, I would at least have 2 or 3 of each of these. When you're working in between clients, you're not gonna have time to like clean up all the time. So that's really, really important. Then the next one, this is the Perfect Pencil Brush. I would have loved to see the use of the brush, like the brush name on the actual brush without a code, like the JH this or that. I would love to just have it like in addition to the number, like written what exactly this brush is for. So that's my brush review for these brushes. So your pencil brush, love this for blending underneath the eyes, creating again more concentrated color anywhere around the eye area. And then I love this one, this tiny little one, the JH42 for your brow bone. You can brow bone highlight, you can do the inner corner of the eye. Even with this one, you can do the inner corner of the eye. So that's why I kept those brushes. So those guys are my top picks. Let's count them real quick. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 brushes I would definitely, absolutely like need out of this entire master collection for a personal kit. Professional kit, the rest of the brushes are fantastic for that. But I love just, minimal amount of brushes. You don't need too much. And I also love the packaging. So great job with that Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. I hope you guys enjoy this makeup brush tutorial review on the Jaclyn Hill collection. Lots of makeup brands offer brushes out there. My favorite just happened to be Morphe. Years ago when I started doing makeup, I used to go to the International Beauty Show in New York at the Javits Center, and I would like go to all the different booths, and one of the booths there was the Morphe booth. They still do that show till this day, and I just loved the owners back then of the actual company. I would bring my entire staff, my team, and they would just really take really good care of us. They've helped us pick out great brushes. Their quality of brushes was always phenomenal. So it's no wonder they, became so successful through the years. So I'm happy for you guys. Morphe, you guys rock. You guys know what I'm talking about. I like Morphe brushes. They're very affordable. You can go out there and buy like, really expensive brushes. They probably are gonna do the same job as this brand. So I definitely am a huge fan of Morphe and of Jaclyn Hill too. And so if you guys enjoyed this product review, definitely remember to like, subscribe. If somebody is struggling with having the right tools in their personal makeup kit, share this video with them. If somebody's just starting out and on their makeup artistry journey to becoming a pro, share this video with them because it will give you like some really strong tips I've learned through the years of what you really need in your kit and what you don't. I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on buying brushes, and I have lots of brushes even sitting around in my studio here that I don't use anymore. I just like them for decoration now. Anyway, so as always, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and I will catch up with you Cinderellas later. Bye.